technical difficulty, guys, but that's the way it is. But I'm excited to share this training with all of you. Once again, great presentation by Jamie, and as always, you do a fantastic job really sharing with people what we have to offer from and again, all the companies that are available in the marketplace today. I'm just really blessed to be working with people like you, Jamie, and Donna, and Patrick, and Joe, and Dan, and Ricky, and Francis, and so many of the top North American leaders here. There's just helping people around the world truly make a difference in their life with our business model. So I'm fortunate to be part of the leadership team here to share, again, just pieces of information that can help you build your business, build it big, build it fast, build it however you want to. But these are trainings that we do every Wednesday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And today, I want to share with all of you my training topic, which is understanding linear income versus residual income. Now, out of all the slides that I'm going to share with you here today, there's really just one slide that's going to really get you to understand the power of residual income. But I've added some slides just to share with you and set the tone for that slide. Now, most of you guys listening here today perhaps have a job, whether it's a commission job or an hourly job, a pay job, or again, a salary. I want you to truly understand how the residual income program works and how powerful it is to build a residual income compared to what we're so accustomed to do, which is, get a job, get our capped paycheck, and basically live our lives based on that. So basically what I'm going to share with you today is the difference between your job and your NHT global business. Now again, I'm going to share several slides here, but there's really one slide that's going to hopefully get you to realize the power of what even a couple of $100 a month in residual mean when you compare it to the linear income paycheck. Now, I'm recording this, so your guys are going to be able to, again, check back with this, even share it with some people that maybe truly don't understand what residual income is. Now, for the sake of our training here today, when I talk about residual income, there's a lot of residual income that people can earn, but it's not through leverage. So when I talk about residual income, I'm talking about residual income that gets paid to you through leveraged efforts, meaning through efforts of others, of people. Now, you can have residual income if you have a significant amount of money in a bank account and get an interest, a yearly interest on a monthly basis and get a residual from that, but that money doesn't work for you. It doesn't grow, and you don't have other people participating. So there's no leverage. So I just want to, for the sake of the training, when I talk about residual income, I'm talking about your business. I'm talking about your leveraged opportunity where you residual linear income versus residual income. I'm going to use different terminology, so basically you can visualize this statement in other ways. So let's start by saying, well, it's basically the difference between having a job and becoming a business owner. It's basically the difference between living paycheck to paycheck or creating wealth. It's the difference between becoming dependent on that paycheck versus becoming independent and not worrying about a boss or an employee or a circumstance because you are independent. It's the difference between building your boss's dream or building your dream. And there's a difference between having a limited amount of income, limit your job, versus unlimited amount of wealth creation. Now, also, you can live your life by default, or you can live your life by design. Again, linear income versus residual income. Capped income versus growing leveraged income. And wages versus profits. Which side of the aisle would I like to be in? Well, it's pretty obvious, folks, that everybody wants the right side of the screen here. They want to be a business owner. They want to create wealth. They want to become independent. They want to build their dreams. You want to have unlimited income potential. You want to build your life by design, and you want to have money growing for you through leveraged efforts and make profits versus the other side. Well, why is it that so many people put so much effort and time and focus on linear income? Because that's what we know. That is how we grew up in, unless you grew up in a family of entrepreneurs. But the reality is we grew up with families that bought into the model of linear income. So let's take a look at this linear income. Let's take a look at this employee lifestyle, where basically you wake up to an alarm clock. You trade time for money. That's what you do. You put in 20 hours, you get paid 20 hours. You put in 40 hours, you get paid 40 hours. If you're salaried, they say you need to work 40 hours, do this job description, and we will pay you this amount of money, and it'll be divided in your paycheck every week or every other week. So basically, you're trading time for money. You're completely unhappy. Thank God it's Friday. This is one of the most, for me, it's really disturbing to see people excited about Fridays. They're excited about 2 days of the week, Friday and Saturday, and be unhappy for 5 days of the week. Folks, there's something wrong with that. To get excited about 2 out of the 7 days a week, that concerns me. I mean, I could spend a day seminar talking about how that affects so many people on a subconscious mind, but yet people are not aware. But thank God it's Friday. People can't wait till it's Friday to basically enjoy one day where they're not going to be in their unhappy job, where they have to get up an alarm clock and trade time for money. As an employee, you vacation one time a year. And that's if you saved enough money to be able to vacation one time a year. And sometimes your vacation is staying home for a week. That's how people are spending their vacations nowadays. What you drive where you live is based on your paycheck, because you can only afford the car you drive or the house that you live in the community you live in, based on your paycheck. When your retirement age comes, you're still working, you're probably broke, you're stressed and depressed, and you have some health issues. So I want you to take a look at this business model, this income model. Is that something that excites you? I want you to answer that. I mean, really take a look at this. This is what 95% of the people around the world are doing. Now, for some of you listening, you may say, well, I'm kind of an employee, but I'm commissioned, so I can make as much as I want based on how much effort I put in. Well, let's take a look at the commission lifestyle. And this is the lifestyle of those that are in sales or those that are in a service-oriented profession. Guess what? It's still linear income, folks. Let's take a look at some of these professions. Real estate agents, mortgage broker, a server, a waitress, a bartender, car sales personnel, a cosmetologist, an esthetician, a massage therapist, a personal trainer, pharmaceutical sales, cable, alarm sales. Now, let me share something with you. Can you make a lot of money in these professions? You bet you can, but in a linear income fashion. However, you have so much time that you can do with your profession in the service industry or in sales. So as a real estate agent, you can sell multi-million-dollar homes and make your commission and make a very nice commission. However, your income is as good as the last house you sold. If you want to make the same commission, guess what? You got to do it again. And you got to do it again. And if you don't, what is your paycheck? What is your commission? It's zero. Mortgage broker, your income is as good as your last refinance or the last home sale that you were part of in that transaction. You may do 5 in a month, you may do 6 in a month, but guess what? If you want that commissions again, you're going to have to do 5 or 6 again next month. And if you didn't, there's no residual. Your commission is what? Zero. You serve tables, your income is as good as your last table. You sell a car, make a good commission, your income is as good as your last car sale. Cutting hair, you're a facial expert, it's as good as your last client. Massage therapist, best massage therapist in the industry, your income is as good as the last client who pays you. Personal trainer, great. Your commission is as good as your last client. Pharmaceutical sales, it's as good as your last sale. You sell cable alarm systems, as good as your last sale. Unless you do that over and over and over and over again, there is no income coming to you. Now, everybody wants residual income, but their energy and their hard work is spent on linear income. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that, consciously and subconsciously, which is a whole different topic that I'm not going to get into, but boy, do we got some phenomenal trainings on that on our Steamteam.ca site. But that's another topic for another time. Most commission jobs or professions require the exact same effort, tasks, and work that we do building our NHG Global business. But they get paid linear income, and we get paid a residual income. The only person that gets paid the residual income in your job or in your profession is your boss. Now, the effort that person puts in is absolutely the same as we do as an NHG Global distributor. The action steps and the work is the exact same thing. But the pay and the lifestyle is totally, totally different. Because we live in instant gratification, we stay content with putting in 40 hours and getting paid 40 hours. If I did 40 hours, I expect to get paid for my 40 hours right then and there. What happens in our profession is that sometimes when we go out there and we do the work, we may not get paid for that work. We may not get paid for the work we do later. But once we start getting paid for the work, what we do as business owners in NHG Global, because it's residual income through leveraged efforts, we get paid what's called a residual income. We get paid the compound effect, where when I put in 5 hours and people in my organization each put 5 hours, let's say I have 3 people. That's 15 hours. They put in 5 hours out. Now I get paid for 20 hours, although my work is 5 hours, because I get paid on the efforts of everybody in my organization. So again, the same work, but boy, do we get paid differently. Now, this is a slide I want to share with all of you here. This is an eye-opening example. So you need an extra $1,000 a month, right? I mean, how would your life change with an extra $1,000 a month? I'm keeping it very simple here, okay? $1,000 a month today for 90% of the people would be life-changing. Whether you live in North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, it doesn't matter. You live in the Caribbean, an extra $1,000 for most people today would be life-changing. Now, I want you to pay attention to this. Earning an extra $1,000 a month in residual income is like having $400,000 saved in a bank today, locked in a CD. Now, CDs used to be very popular. We used to earn 5-6% if we locked our hard-earned money that we saved in a CD for a year or 5 years. We would get about 5-6% interest yearly in return. Well, today, as you all are aware, I don't even think it's actually even 2%. But for the sake of this trading, let's be very conservative, and let's say that today a CD yields 3% yearly interest return. Now, that's a little high, okay, because I don't even think you can get that today in a CD. Now, what's 3% of $400,000? You're looking at $12,000 yearly interest. If you divide that by month, you're looking at earning $1,000 a month from the interest that is yielded from having $400,000 saved in a bank account today locked in a CD. Now, here's my question to you. Is it easier to save $400,000 from linear efforts, or is it easier to build a $1,000 monthly residual from leveraged efforts starting part-time? The answer is obvious. Can you save $400,000 with a $75,000 yearly salary as an employee? After you pay your mortgage, after you pay your car monthly car loan, after you pay your groceries, your utilities, extracurricular activities, any loans that you have. Just think about that. Can you save? Now, $75,000 a year salary for some people is pretty good in their mind. But can you really save $400,000 on a $75,000 yearly salary as an employee? Can you save $400,000 with a $150,000 yearly salary as an employee? Gosh, if I can just get that six-figure income job. Folks, I know a lot of people who get paid a high six-figure income, and they're miserable. A lot of money, don't have the time to do the things that they want with the money that they make. They are time deprived, and they're stressed. But let's just say $150,000 a year salary. Can you save $400,000 on that salary to make $1,000 extra residual? Probably not. This is something very important to understand. For those of you that are building your NHT Global business and you're focused and you're serious about it, you're going to come across people that are making maybe $100 or $200 a month. And they say to themselves, well, you know what? It's not worth it for me to do all this work and make just $200 a month. Well, now, we obviously know the reason why they're only making $200 a month. But again, that's a different topic for a different training. But those who quit their own residual income business because they are only making $200 a month, let me tell you what they really said no to. They basically said bye-bye to a $79,000 savings account that they saved. Because if you took $79,000 and did a 3% yearly interest, you'd come up with a yearly interest figure. You divide that by 12, that's $200 a month. So if you quit because you were only earning $200 a month, what you really quit on and threw in the garbage is a $79,000 saving account. That's crazy. That's insane. So is it easier than to go out there and build another $79,000 savings in addition to what you're doing in your job? Or is it easier to build a $200 a month residual income business? Think about that. I hope this gets people to change the way they feel about the residual income that they are earning in their NHT Global business. Those who are earning tens and thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, we have tons of those people. Can you imagine how much money is actually in their bank account when you compare it to what they would need to get that in interest on a monthly basis? It's unbelievable. That's the power of truly understanding a residual income business. If you understand this, folks, I'm telling you, you're going to want to put a lot of effort into your residual income business. Again, the same effort it takes to earn $1,000 a month in a residual income, you can also, with that same effort, earn $100,000 a month in residual. But can you do that in your job? Besides the possible raise you will get, maybe the $1,000 raise a year, or let's say a $10,000 raise a year. What does that come out to on a monthly basis? But again, that's dependent on you putting in the amount of time you have to put in to get that. And if you don't, your income is zero. Again, folks, the compound effect from efforts of others of people is called leverage. And leverage creates residual income you cannot get as an employee. If you truly understand this, your mindset and your efforts would be put on building your NHT Global business, which again, you can do what? Part-time. See, to get a part-time job, you're going to get maybe $100, $200, $300 a week, but then you have to put in those hours consistently to get that. If you get fired, if you get a pink slip, or you quit, there is no income for you from that. But here, when you build that residual for you, and you're leveraging off other people, you're going to get paid over and over and over again, month after month, year after year, from the efforts you did at the beginning. So, folks, you also heard Jamie Messina as well as Donna Young talk about dreams. Folks, let me share with you something, and I want to end it with this, okay? You got to dream big, folks. The difference between people that are making things happen and people that are waiting for things to happen is that people who are making things happen, they dream big. As a matter of fact, there's a book called The Magic of Thinking Big. I encourage you all to have that in your personal development library. And it starts off, boom, right there, the first page. The difference between millionaires and those that are in poverty are basically that those that are millionaires, they just think big. They're not smarter, because there's a lot of smart people that are homeless out in the streets. There's accountants, there's PhDs, there's doctors that are homeless. It's not that they're not book smart. It's something went wrong with their mindset. And again, different topic for a different time. But folks, I want to end this training to dream big. Because if you dream big and you build a residual income business through leverage effort, which is your NHT Global business, folks, your world can change. Your dreams need to be so big that it causes you to have to change. Your dream needs to be so big that it stretches your comfort zone. Your dream has to be clear. It must be clear. It must be vivid. It must be emotional. You have to dream big and you have to dream often. You see, people that are not building their residual income business, it's because they don't have a dream. Because they got so stuck in their job, in their linear income, that they know that their dreams cannot come true with linear income pay, that they just stop dreaming. You tell somebody if money isn't an issue, how would your life look like? And it's sad that 90% of the people can't even sit and figure out and see what their life would be if money wasn't an issue. And this is the power that we have through our business model, folks. With our $1.5 billion company, with our powerhouse leadership, with our proven track record, with our global markets, and with our built-to-last culture, with our sexy, exclusive, high-impact wow products, folks, you can have it all with NHT Global. or you can continue on that employee lifestyle, that linear income lifestyle, folks. And I'm sure you're all listening here today not to learn how you can become a better employee, but how you can build a residual income that keeps growing and growing, that you can pass down to your kids and live life on your terms, because the money grows through the initial efforts of what you did that pays you month after month, year after year. Folks, this webinar is being recorded. You can listen to it over and over again. It'll be posted on Steamteam.ca. It's also posted on 6plusteamglobal.com. So I want to thank you guys for joining us here tonight. And please study that slide that I shared with you with the interest and the difference between building a residual monthly income versus how much you would have to save in order for you to get that on a monthly basis on interest. If you truly understand the power of that, you're going to go ahead and put effort into your own business so you can build your residual income, so you can change your future. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with all of you. Hope you picked up a couple of nuggets here. And again, tune in every Wednesday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for a different training topic from top leaders here in NHT Global. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great evening.